Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of my motor grader. This time we're going to be removing the moldboard extension, which should prove to be an interesting exercise. Let's see how that goes. So here we have the cutting edge for the John Deere 670A motor grader with a 12-foot moldboard. The cutting edge comes in two 6-foot pieces for the standard moldboard, both of which you see here, and they are bolted onto the moldboard with about a dozen or so plow bolts. Here we're looking at the moldboard itself, specifically the right side of it. You can see the moldboard extension. It's that strange looking rectangular plate just to the right in this view of the end piece. So along the bottom is the cutting edge, which consists of two halves. Although on this 14-foot moldboard, they're not symmetric. The one on the right side is 8 feet and the one on the left side is 6 feet. We'll be able to see that here in a minute. On the end, you notice the curved cutting bit, which is held on by 4 bolts, and then next to it is that 2-foot moldboard extension that extends the standard 12-foot moldboard out to 14 feet. As we crawl underneath the table, we can see the cutting edge consists of 2 pieces. The right side piece is 8 feet long, and the left side piece is 6 feet long. You can see the separation between the two where those 4 bolts are closely spaced. If we come around and look at the back side of the moldboard extension, we notice it's held on by 2 brackets, one at the top and one at the bottom. And then of course there are the bolts along the sides where it replaces the end bit, and then the original end bit extends over to the edge. I tried to support the blade using jack stands, but then I decided this was not such a great idea. It's really only necessary for safety in the event the hydraulic system should fail for some reason, because the lift cylinder should actually hold the blade in place while I'm working on it. More important is the need to chock the wheels so that the grader doesn't roll while I'm banging around on the moldboard. Alright, let's see if we can start removing some bolts here. And yeah, hopefully this thing won't fall down and kill us. Yeah, boy, ain't we got fun. This might be a lost cause, I don't know. Oh boy. Lefty Lucy, huh? Yeah, fat chance, huh? Probably end up breaking the damn socket. There we go. Now let's see if Mr. Rattle Wrench will get that son of a bitch off of there. Alright. Wow, how about that? You ever see as big of a dumbass as me? Probably not, huh? Alright. Next. Huh. Nothing to it, I guess. I don't know. Well, that's some high quality rust right there, I tell you. I just hope we don't run across one that we can't break, because all it'd take is one to ruin the whole thing. Well, that's interesting. That one actually turned. Why is that? Man, some of these are kind of boogered up a little bit. Probably not super surprising, I guess. Oh boy. Yeah, that one spins in its hole, which is, that's a problem, isn't it? And you know, I don't have a cutting torch, so there's no way that one's ever gonna come off. And it just don't think we're gonna bust that one, but I don't know. Because I can't, yeah, it just rotates in the, I can't find a place where it won't rotate. So, how the hell am I gonna get that out of there? Wow. That's really bad news. Oh, and this one, look at this. I can't even get the socket on this one, huh? I don't know. It's not going well so far. Oh yeah, watch this. I'll knock over the tripod, eh? That's probably what I'll do. Something broke. I hope it wasn't my wrench. Man, these things ain't been off here in like forever. If then, we're probably gonna have to pound all these damn bolts out once we get this thing apart. God only knows what the hell that piece weighs. Probably more than I can lift. Watch it come crashing to the ground and break my foot. That would be classic. Just don't know. Yeah, man, not even close to it. But, like I say, that cheater, that is some first-rate magic right there. Alright, well I got all those bolts cracked and loose except for that one. These are plow bolts, which means it has a flat head, and then on the neck of it, it has a little square, you know, and the hole has a square in it, and that's what keeps the head of the bolt from rotating. But unfortunately, there's one of these where that's apparently stripped or rounded or something, and I can't break that bolt. Get away from there. I got a dog chewing at the tripod. So I guess, being a dumbass, I'm gonna try to cut that thing off there, and I don't have a torch or nothing, which I guess would be ideal, but I do have a die grinder, so let's see if I can cut my hand off trying to get this damn locked up bolt off there. Well, how about that? That was some noise, huh, little boy? Ah, smells delightful too. All right then. I guess there's more than one way to get a bolt off, huh? Damn. Lucky I didn't kill myself. I tell you what, these things have a pretty good bite to them. One of my fingers found out the hard way a while back. Well, best I can tell, I think that ought to be ready to come apart now, so let's see if we can get it apart. It is interesting how about 1 out of 5 of these has a washer on it. Be watching that damn thing fall out of there on my toe and cut my damn toes off. What's gonna happen? Get a hammer. You know, there ain't no tool in mechanics that's as useful as a hammer. Pretty much the universal do everything tool, I guess, right? A smart man would keep his feet and legs out from underneath that when he's pounding on it, I guess. I kind of thought maybe that would just fall right out of there, but no such luck, because you know I'm certainly not going to bimble. Huh. Yeah. Well, that bolt doesn't look to be very good to me. Oh, well, look at that. Yeah, how about that? There we go. Yeah, so that piece came off without much, How about that? This thing, is, it's a magnet? Wonder where the hell that came from. Alright, well, there's one piece of it off of there. This only weighs about 40 or 50 pounds maybe. I think this piece here ought to come off too, to my way of thinking, but I don't know. Easier said than done, I guess. It's just a little stubborn as all. Maybe we put a crowbar to it and it'll come off of there. Well. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm making a little progress. Try Mr. Hammer here. Oh yeah, Mr. Hammer. He's pretty helpful, ain't he? Give me my try over here. And just a little stubborn. I got some finger pinchers in there somewhere. Well, no, it's now it's going to slide back over on this side. There we are. Ah! It did not get a toe. It did not. It came close, but it did not get a toe. Oh boy, that thing's heavy. I tell you what, that's I don't know what the hell this thing. I bet you that's 60 pounds. One more piece off of there now. I suppose the yeah, maybe we got to take the cutting edge off next. Got that. No cheater out here. Get him on there. Alright. There. Put Mr. Rattles to work. Alright, that'll work well. That's all of them, so I think cutting edge ought to come off now. Let's see if I can get these to loosen up a bit. I don't know, it's probably a waste of time, but we'll see. I'm thinking the way to get that cutting edge off is with Mr. Hammer. I did give it a couple whacks off camera. Let's see what else happens here. How about that? Probably knocked the damn jack stand over too. Oh, amazingly I didn't. Alright, so God, this thing is heavy. Ah, man. Oh boy. Yeah, this is your 8-foot cutting edge here. Damn. That's one heavy son of a bitch. Yeah, them bolts are going to be fun to get out, aren't they? And this end bit here should now just fall right out. Cut my toes off. Because I'm pretty sure that there's only these 4 bolts here that are holding that together. And yeah, wow, this thing is heavy. I'm not joking. It's, yeah. I think the next thing is probably to take that end bit off of there, maybe. Or at least try. And I suppose the hammer is our best weapon there, but I gotta be careful because it's entirely possible this whole thing will come off, the extension piece and the end bit, but let's see what happens. How about that? Yeah, that's actually not so heavy. I kind of like that. Oh boy. Yeah, that, you see, the only thing that keeps the bolts from spinning is the fact that those are supposed to be square holes on the inside, but they're pretty well rusted. Might have to end up getting me a new one. So now the last, see if I can pick up some bolts here. Should be a couple of them out of there, I would guess. Basically, this piece here, this extension piece, just should fall off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. And that's going to be heavy, and I don't want that to fall on my feet. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pound any of these out or not. That one. That one. Well, it's loose. It ain't moving. Oh, one of the washers came off. All right. There we are. She's about ready to drop.
Some bitch really likes to hold on, don't it? Huh. Could get a bigger hammer. That might work. Whew. Damn, I'm out of shape. Of course, I'm an old man, so that ain't no surprise. You know, maybe instead of being so brutal and trying with a hammer, I should just wiggle it and see what happens. I mean, hammer may not be the solution to everything, but it probably is. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Oh, there we are. How about that? That right there is some professional mechanics, I'm telling you. All right. Yes, sirree. We got us 3 bolts and a extension. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me grab the camera here and let's take a little tour. So, yeah, now that's a 12-foot moldboard right there, and you can, now the light's not very good. Let's see if we can get under here and have a little better look down here in the shadows. I can't tell what the camera's seeing. Pretty dark, I think, but you can see the left side over there. That's the 6-foot cutting edge. I think I probably ought to take that off. It doesn't really look that bad, but I just don't like the idea of putting a new cutting edge on this side and not the other, but I mean, maybe that's the thing to do. I don't know, it'd certainly be easier. But now all I have to do, is put a 6-foot cutting edge on this side, which, yeah, that might prove to be a chore because that damn thing probably weighs 60 or 70 pounds, and how I'm going to lift it up there and put those bolts in and do all that with one person. Yeah, that's the fun part, isn't it? But the good news is, you can see we got that moldboard extension off of there, which is basically that piece right there, and then these 2 braces over here, and then this is the cutting edge that I can't reuse because it's 8 feet. I mean, if I had, you know, if I wanted to be cheap and I had a decent metal saw, I would just chop 2 feet off the end of this and put it back on, which is really what I should do. I suppose I could try my die grinder, but that would be pretty half-assed. And I've got the new ones, so, and they're not expensive. It was $186 for the pair. And then I got this little, you know, I got to put this back on. So yeah, I got some work to do, but we've made good progress, so I'm pretty happy with that. Well, I guess it's time to start putting things back together. My original plan was to reuse the bolts that I took out. And when I went to get the cutting edges the other day, they asked me if I needed bolts, and like an idiot, I said no. But the reality is, since most of my bolts look like this, yeah, I don't think it's a great idea to reuse those. So I had to find some new ones. Let's see if we can put this piece back on. These are a little bit shorter than what came out of there, so hopefully it'll work. We'll see. This piece goes on first. So, we'll see how this goes. Alright, let's see if Mr. Rattles can help us here, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Who'd have thought it? The rattle wrench did actually a pretty good job, so. Alright, I guess, let's try to put that cutting edge on. Like I say, this piece, I guess, weighs about 65 pounds, I don't know. But yeah, it's I guess the strategy would be to get that bolt in there and get it lined up, and then how about that? All right, more efficient to bring that over here, huh? Let's see now. Lock washer and a nut. Okay. Now, maybe go down to the far end and see if I can put that one on there without getting my arm cut off. Never be without your magic carpet, huh? That's kind of what I think about things. It's got a lot of mouse turds and poisonous spiders in it and stuff, but yeah, it's more comfortable than rocks anyway. Yeah, this might be fun. Getting this thing lined up. There. Sure. Now it's just a matter of putting the rest of the bolts in, I guess. Yeah, I got that end on, and now I guess it's just a matter of putting the bolts in. Yeah, let's see. Skip every other one, it looks like. The price of the edge kit, which was the two 6-foot edges, was $186. The price of these bolts and lock washers and nuts was $160. But I got those from the local John Deere dealer, and their parts prices are obviously outrageous, probably even higher than the John Deere construction dealer in Kansas City where I got the edges. But there's something to be said for, you know, just being able to drive a couple of miles and pick these up, because these are plow bolts. As you can see, they have the flat head and the square neck right there, and yeah, they're grade 8, so they're pretty tough. So yeah, I don't know, I guess it's worth it. It's hard to say. So now I think all we need to do is get the rattle wrench and rattle those down. Forward is the bottom trigger, right? Alright, so yeah, I guess that's that, quite honestly. Don't know why it wouldn't be. Alright, so now we have the job done. Got that moldboard extension off of there. You can see the moldboard is sticking out to the left side of the machine quite a bit, because with the extension on there and that moldboard being 14 feet, it was centered at the time I started this project, but now it's looking a little short on this side because we need to recenter that. So let's do that and see how it all goes. Alright, so pull the blade up. Let's square it up just a little bit here maybe. And now we want to go side shift right. Oops. That's a circle side shift. Let's take the blade right. There we are. It's always hard to tell when you're exactly centered, but it don't look too bad, I guess. Something about like that. And I guess we're about level, so looks pretty good to me. I don't know. I think this job is done. Should be a lot easier grading the driveway with a 12-foot moldboard as opposed to a 14. So another fun project with the motor grader. So here it is with the moldboard extension removed. So we kind of walk around here and take a look. Looks a lot more balanced now with everything centered. 12-foot moldboard, which should stick out about 2 feet either side of my wheelbase because my wheels are about 8 foot. So yeah, I think that'll work a lot better. And really, so since I've got this thing, you know, I've replaced the seals and rings over on that left side lift cylinder. I could probably afford to do that on the right side one of these days, but it's not leaking too bad at all, really. Replaced a number of hydraulic hoses, of course centered the saddle, which you can see is now centered beautifully, unlike when I got it where it was offset. And now, at long last, have removed the moldboard extension and put a new cutting edge here on the right side of the machine. So yeah, we're getting started. There's probably plenty more to do. The cab's a disaster. I got a cracked windshield that needs to be worked on, and probably some other things, but it works. The driveway is still a disaster, but that's a story for another day. So I think that'll about do it for now.